like writing notebooks, I always tell kids like grammar doesn't matter, spelling doesn't matter. I would like your text to be legible, but I'm not, like if you have to write on 2 lines of like, I don't care. Just get your ideas down, right? It should be pen to paper, whatever that looks like. And some kids, with like learning exceptionalities or things, it is like sometimes tricky to decipher what's going on. That being said, that's a spot, where I would be actively offering everyone options to support needs in terms of that. So as an example, maybe I have a student, I've had students, I think it would be ridiculous to say I haven't had kids with dyslexia. Like, of course, we've had kids with dyslexia. I've taught hundreds of kids, right? And so often in cases where they feel, because to me, the writing notebook and those kinds of like formative assessments are not only about skill, but they're about confidence. And so those spaces where we're practicing our skills and we're practicing our writing should not be spaces that are punitive, in my opinion. That should not be a space where they don't feel capable. I want them to feel capable. I want them to feel confident. So get it out however you want, right? So I have some students who have asked or I've offered that they type their writer's notebook instead of writing it, like especially if they have a computer, because some kids have tech given to them by the school divisions and stuff. So if they have that, sometimes kids like to do their writer's notebook right on their phone. They'll do it on a Google Doc right on their phone. Occasionally I need someone to scribe. So sometimes that will be me. Sometimes that will be an EA or somebody else. So I typically don't call in a scribe, like bring somebody from outside the classroom in. Okay, yes. So sometimes I have to bring, if I have to bring in a scribe for like, if it's a longer piece of writing, like if I plan to do an in-class essay or I plan to do something that I know is going to require a lot more writing, I will reach out to student supports and say like, hey, on this day, I need a scribe for this kid. And they can usually figure it out for an EA to come support me that one time. But obviously that's not realistic every day. So sometimes I end up sitting next to a kid to scribe, or sometimes I'll just send them in the hall to do voice to text, stuff like that.